Lots of universities interview, and people will be surprised that often the science subjects interview more than the humanities subjects. The experience in talking in an extended way about their interests. Lots of bright children are quite shy.
Do you ask those difficult questions?
I ask very difficult questions.
Very difficult questions, like
That's
awkward
right.
questions as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
Also a skill to be honest with the interviewer that you may not know the answer, but they want to know, are you able to follow a process to get to the answer?
Why does a giraffe have a long neck? Imagine being asked this at an Oxford interview. No joke. It's how they test your critical thinking under pressure. When you're applying to top British universities, the interview isn't just a formality. It's a genuine test of intellectual maturity. Today's guest prepares students for these challenges and knows exactly what admissions committees are looking for.
Mr. Hartland is here for you, the founder of Hartland Educational Consultancy Services.
Great to meet you all, and well done, Adil, for remembering the name of my company.
Very long name.
It's a very long name. It's a test of intelligence if people can remember it.
But the name is not important.
No.
What you do is important.
That's right. And
helping students from around the world.
Absolutely, and we work with students already internationally around the world, and I love working with students from different countries, and got a very long history of working in some really top quality independent and boarding schools in the UK, where that's been very much part of my educational life. And
being a head teacher.
Absolutely, I love being a head teacher, but it's even better now being director of my own company, and I can spend more time doing what I really love, which is working with students. And we've got a particular speciality in stretching bright students, which is not something that every teacher knows how to do, but we've got a lot of experience at it.
You know, I've been myself in this field of education, helping students to get into top universities and boarding schools for almost 20 years now. But you're a bit more experienced than I am.
Just a little bit more.
Just a little bit.
Different experiences. You have fantastic experience of your own.
Yeah.
And there's many different aspects to working with students. They need all the support they can get.
We spoke earlier about how to write good personal statement.
We did.
Yeah, it will be in a separate episode. Make sure you follow the link in this description. We had some good recommendations from Mr. Hartland about how to get into top universities in general.
Yes.
That's worth a lot.
Let's talk about interviews.
Yes.
Not all, but some universities require.
Lots of universities interview, and people will be surprised that often the science subjects interview more than the humanities subjects. So even if a student is applying for medicine, physics, engineering, you're still quite likely to get an interview if you're applying to the UK.
For medicine,
Yeah.
it's very, social skills is quite important.
Very important.
That's what they look at.
Absolutely.
If you want to be a doctor, it's not just chemistry and biology.
Absolutely.
Isn't it?
Absolutely. And as I've been saying earlier in our discussion, lots of young people don't have that experience in talking in an extended way about their interests. Lots of bright children are quite shy. They might be quite introverted. They like reading, and they just need that help to come out of themselves and to learn that confidence in talking about their interests.
Do you think it can be trained?
Absolutely, it can be
Absolutely.
trained. Absolutely. I've seen it so often. A very academic, shy student grows in confidence when they see that someone is interested in their ideas. Often they've learned to be quiet because their friends aren't interested. Their friends want to talk about boys or girls or sport or music, and their friends don't want to talk about the things they're interested in. Once they see someone is interested and someone can engage intelligently with them, they very quickly learn that intelligence, and they see that it's okay to be themselves. So for lots of them, it's great personal development as well. They grow as people.
What if interviews terrify you, but you still dream of studying in Britain? Here's the good news. Many Russell Group universities, excluding Oxford and Cambridge, admit students based on grades, personal statements, and references alone. Manchester, Leeds, and Sheffield, for instance, rarely interview undergraduates. Exceptions exist, though. Medicine, dentistry, veterinary science, and certain creative programs require interviews everywhere. Humanities and social sciences across most British institutions also skip this stage. But remember, when there's no interview, your written materials and grades carry more weight, so you still can't afford to relax.
Can we ask our viewers to guess where we are now? Write in the comments. Look. Do you think they will guess?
You probably guessed one of two places, so you've
One
got
of
a
two.
50% chance of getting it right.
We are in the UK. Just a little hint. So, how's your university interview preparation is structured?
So what I do with students is I set them the challenge to create a presentation for me. Sometimes they spend a week on it, sometimes they spend 2 weeks on it, and then they have to present to me online, and it's wonderful to see how they grow. Normally the first presentation maybe is 5 minutes long. Some of the students I'm working with now, and they're not native English speakers, they will produce a presentation which is half an hour long. It's like a lecture, and they have PowerPoint slides, they have graphs, they are quoting experts, but it's a process to get them to that point. So I see time and time again how students increase in confidence, increase in expertise, and I challenge them to read the best material they can, not just to read easy school textbooks, but to read the original writers, to read the famous scientists, what the famous scientists wrote themselves.
So this reading, extensive reading, helps
Totally.
preparing for interview.
Totally, because it means that they know what they're talking about. They're not just giving an opinion that they've read from somebody else. They've developed their own opinions on the most important topics in their subject that they're studying today.
Oxford colleges are famous, Oxford University colleges are famous for quotes.
These beautiful cloisters, because it's modelled on monasteries, which used to have cloisters where the monks would walk round in prayer. So it goes back over 500 years, nearly 1,000 years, some of these colleges.
You know, fun fact, when Oxford and Cambridge universities were established, the only course they had was related to religion.
Of course.
Yeah.
You had to be...
Hello, ladies.
You had to be religious to work in the college.
You had to be
Absolutely.
religious
Yes,
as
they were
well.
religious foundations. They were like monasteries.
Exactly,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Why do students come here expecting to get into British universities in the first place? First, the education system is among the world's oldest and most respected. Bachelor's programs last just 3 years instead of 4, saving both time and money. Second, you specialize immediately, diving deep into your chosen field without general education requirements. British universities particularly excel in law, medicine, engineering, business, and finance. Imperial College London leads globally in technical sciences, LSE in economics and political science, Edinburgh in medicine and veterinary studies. Since Brexit, many universities actively recruit international students, offering more scholarships. Plus, graduates can work in the UK for up to 2 years on a graduate visa.
Is it just one presentation, or it could be several presentations?
No, we do several presentations. No, one isn't enough. So, yes, as I said, I would normally work on a pattern of once a week or once every 2 weeks. So, in the course of year 12, somebody could easily do maybe 4 or 5 different presentations. And you can imagine,
4 or 5?
if you can imagine each one of those, they might spend 4 or 5 hours on doing extra reading. It's time presenting, maybe half an hour of me questioning and discussing, you can imagine how many hours experience they will have built up by the time they come to do a university interview.
Do you do those, do you ask those difficult questions?
I ask very difficult questions.
Very difficult questions, like
That's
awkward
right.
questions as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Oxford and Cambridge are famous for their interview questions, which are surprising.
Surprising
They want
questions.
to surprise a student because they don't just want to know knowledge. They want to
Critical
know,
thinking.
they want to see the student thinking aloud. They want the student to let the interviewer into their mind.
Yeah.
And that's a task that they have to learn. It's a skill to learn, to be able to talk about what you're thinking as you're thinking it. And it's also a skill to be honest with the interviewer that you may not know the answer, but they want to know, are you able to follow a process to get to the answer?
What do? You get another brilliant idea.
I see.
And lots of these students are used to knowing the answer. So when they're given a question they don't know the answer to start off with, lots of them will be frightened and they won't know what to do.
Exactly.
So they have to understand it is okay not to know the answer. They don't expect you to know the answer, but what they do expect is that you can say, well, I do know this and I do know that. So what I think I would do is I would use that idea and I'd use that idea, and that would help me to get somewhere near the answer. That's what they want to see.
I see.
That
Okay.
flexibility of thinking. That's right.
Can you give me an example or maybe two of difficult questions?
So one of my favorite questions is an economics question.
Yeah.
And it goes something like this. You've landed on a desert island and there is no money, but there's a group of people. What is the economy?
What? Okay.
And if you think about it, you can start thinking about, well, there's demands, there's going to be issues of supply, there might be fish in the sea, there might be resources to use. So by using principles, you can start to build up an answer. But
build maybe a simple economy
that's right.
by trading fish.
Exactly. There's no correct answer.
There's no correct answer.
And when you first hear the answer, when you first hear the question, you might panic. Another good question I used recently with a student who wanted to study geology is as simple as this, okay? What is life?
What is life?
What is life?
Okay, let me try to answer that. And you want to go into geology?
Yes.
Life is creation. I don't know what to answer.
I think I would give you 3 out of 10, Adil. 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10.
You need to say a lot more than that.
No more, okay.
You need to think about what are some of the scientific definitions of life.
Scientific definitions.
Yes. What are different types of life that we have on the world?
Yeah.
How is human life different from animal life?
No,
plant
but
life?
I was trying to get this related to geology. you see what I mean?
Indeed. So you then need to think about what makes rocks.
Yeah.
What consists of rocks? So, what are some of the chemicals that are as chemicals life?
Yeah. Do rocks live?
Yes.
Yeah. What life do rocks have?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is a real past question in an Oxbridge interview.
Oh, is it really?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Oh my God, we're gonna scare people, students away with these difficult questions.
Once students understand how to approach answering the questions, they actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
But without proper...
It's fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
It is fun. But without proper preparation, like you say, when you hear that question, you think, well, that's a crazy question. How can anybody answer that question?
Yeah.
But they can't just sit there and say nothing. They have to say something.
I think, I'm just thinking now that I should play that game with my kids now.
It's a very good idea. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it could be fun as well.
Yes. Do you think they'll be better at it than you?
I think so. I'm gonna try tonight. I'm gonna try
That's a great
tonight.
idea.
Come up with some. I'll use that question.
Yes.
As well. What is life?
It's a great question.
Yeah. Okay.
Are tricky interview questions actually common at British universities? Not really. Oxford and Cambridge are famous for questions like, how many gas molecules are in this room, or what's more important, the wheel or fire. But most other Russell Group universities ask more predictable questions tied to your subject and personal statement. As for statistics, without preparation, international students have roughly a 15 to 20% success rate at Oxbridge interviews and 40–50% at other top universities. With professional coaching, those numbers jump to 35–40% and 70–75% respectively. The difference is massive, isn't it?
Preparing for the interview, it's medicine.
Yep.
It doesn't matter which university you go to.
Nope.
Oxford, Cambridge, what other universities require interviews in the UK?
Oh, well, all Russell Group universities,
All
the
Russell.
top London, the G5 universities, London, any university that's competitive to get into, because they need to find a way to decide who they're going to offer places to.
Do you think interviewers look for different things from one university to another?
No, I think they're all looking for the same thing. They're all looking for students who are genuinely interested and have generally done a lot on top of just going to their classes. You know, lots of students think it's enough. I go to my classes, I'm getting A stars in all my grades, that's enough. That's just the starting point. That's the minimum requirement. And interviewers want to see someone who can talk confidently and clearly, and they're really starting already, even at the age of 17, 18, to develop expertise in the things they're going to be studying at university.
Dear mamas and papas, prospective students, my 17-year-old daughter works with Michael, getting ready for Oxford, for medicine. So I have my own experience as a father of a very ambitious daughter, because it's double the task, medicine and Oxford.
Yep.
Yeah. So all the contacts will be in the description to this video. Please make sure you get in touch with us, and we will introduce you to Michael. Thank you.
How do you reach us for help with British university admissions? It's simple. Every video description contains Maryadi's contact details. We'll discuss your goals, academic profile, and create an action plan. Then, we'll connect you with experts like Michael for subject-specific preparation, so you'll know exactly how to handle university interviews. We have offices and representatives in different countries and work with students worldwide. If this episode helped, like and subscribe. It's not just a button, it's your investment in quality educational content. See you next time.